Hello again to another class about past simple and present perfect. We use the past simple to refer to a specific time in the past when we precisely indicate the time or how long, and usually with past time expressions such as yesterday, 2 weeks ago, last year in 1995. For example, I graduated in January 1975. I went to America for work reasons in 1978. Not I have graduated in January 1975 or I have gone to America for work reasons in 1978. Time up to now. We use the present perfect to talk about time up to now. That is, events that took place in the past but which have a connection with the present or bear a certain importance for who's talking about what's happened. It's key to understand that this tense is about the past as it affects us or has some repercussions on the present. All present perfect meanings connect to the past to now in some way. In Italian, it corresponds to our passato prossimo, but the usage is completely different. For example, I've been to 3 different countries in Africa, and the experience of visiting these countries is still alive and important to me, so it doesn't feel like a distant or dead event. She's bought 10 copies of that book and she still has them now. He's eaten ostrich meat and he's still knows the experience. He still knows how it tastes. So the focus is on the past experience, which still bears a connection to the present. We use the present perfect also for things that happened once in an unfinished period of time that started in the past and continued up to now. In many cases, the connection is not stated, but we can still guess it. For example, I've already spent my month's salary and now I have none left. Changes over time with verbs like increase, grow, fall, in an unfinished, unspecified period of time that started in the past and continued up to now. For example, the business has grown exponentially. States that started in the past and continued up to now and may go on into the future. For example, my family has lived in this area for many years. They are still living here. The implication is that they are still there. So the situation is permanent. The present perfect is often used with the following time expressions: today, this year, in the last 6 months, or 5 or 6 months, etc. For example, I haven't seen Amanda since January 1995, and not I didn't see Amanda since January 1995. Now let's consider present perfect simple versus past simple. There's a certain number of things to consider regarding expressions of time and adverbs. We use the present perfect simple when the time is undetermined and specifically with these adverbs: recently, ever, never, just, already, so far, up to now, etc. I have already read this book. The time is not concluded. Today, this morning, this year. It's 11 a.m. I haven't spoken to the boss this morning. If it's 3 p.m., for example, I would use I didn't speak to my boss this morning. So I would use the past simple. Particular constructions. It's the first time I have seen this film. This is the only film he's seen. This is the best film I've ever seen. But it's time we saw that film. The phrase "it's time" plus subject plus past tense verb in English is used to express that something should have already been done or should be done soon. For example, it's time we saw that film means we should see that film now, or we should have seen that film by now. Although the use of past tense might not seem logical, it is an idiomatic expression and has evolved in the English language. Thank you for viewing this lesson. Wishing you a successful learning journey. Cheers!